Hello and welcome. Today is February 24th, 2026, and today is Trailer Tuesday. I'm your host, Xolo Q. I'm a Xolo's Quaintly Reaper and Guide to the Underworlds. And on today's streams, I'll be reacting to the trailers you guys suggested. So yeah, we're gonna get this whole thing kind of going. I do have some weird oddities happening in the background, weird glitches and stuff I was experiencing when I first started up the stream. So hopefully it irons itself out. I don't know. I can only hope so, essentially. Oh, I see some issues already. Hold on. Looks like I'm freezing. Oh no. Hold on a second. Something's not right here. 1 second. Let's see if I can get the stuff going. Hold up. There we go. I think I fixed it. I had to refresh my model because for some reason I was having some issues with the thing again. So I suspect that there might be an issue with my microphone cable or something, where maybe it's like losing connection temporarily or something whenever I move the mic stand. So I'm gonna try and not move the mic stand. Ever. I sound good? I'm glad, because I was worried about that. Hello, Foxy and Jerome. Welcome to the chat. How you guys doing? Hello, Chilus PE. Welcome to the chat. Also, I saw you earlier. I did give you a shout out over on the kick side. Appreciate the love. But yeah, today's another one of those Trailer Tuesdays. So, it's gonna be really chill. As far as the status on the head pat emote, I just didn't have enough time to implement it this week, and I don't know if I'll be able to do it by the end of the week. It's starting to feel like maybe by the end of the month I'll be able to do it, but every time I have plans to do stuff, my plans get derailed, and it's kind of getting on my nerves, to be honest. And that also includes derailing of content. So last week, I wasn't able to put out a video for the week, and it's looking not so great for this week either. Sorry. Yeah, it's not looking so great. Still working on the script for the next Power World guide. That video is taking me a long time because of the level of research. So I'm doing my best, but you know, my time is not great. And of course I have like one less day this week than normal to work on stuff, so it might end up being that early next week is when the video might come out. At the earliest, potentially, which is really a shame. Because I like to put out like a weekly video, but it just hasn't worked out. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm dealing with right now. That being said, the streams will be normal. So at least we have, you know, most of the live stream stuff working and functioning properly. Like I said a couple weeks ago, I had built a new computer, and that computer is still adjusting to some of the stuff that I need for stream and other content, so it's a slow process. But I think we're about halfway there with getting everything to function properly, so hopefully we just keep everything working well. Don't stress yourself. Yeah, I'll try not to. Easier said than done. Take your time, little PC. Nice. So today we have about, I think, 14 different trailers. That's not a whole lot, but it's also enough that I'm pretty confident that we'll get through all of them, which is great. I have a big variety. I kind of went with ones that sounded interesting or ones that I did not watch. So I saw, Foxy, that you requested Wild Rose. I did watch the trailer for that already, so I can't react to it now, unfortunately, but that'll be something else to keep in mind. And also, I did want to make a quick, like, not announcement, but I did want to do like a PSA And just remind people that over on the YouTube side, there's the community tab now. Like we have like a community, whatchamacallit. And if you ever feel the need to post anything, like maybe you have questions for other people in the community, or if you're curious about, you know, my thoughts on certain games and stuff, you can also, you can just put any of your open questions on there, and I'll be more than happy to answer that. I saw that someone else put something in there earlier today, but I didn't get a chance to reply yet. So that's kind of the state of affairs right now. I did pick Very Variety. When Rose as a demo is out, really fun. Yeah, I heard that there was someone else who also recommended looking at, well, I wouldn't say recommended, but they asked about Windrose, and that's why it came up on my radar, essentially. But that's the pirate game, right? I'm pretty sure that's the pirate game. Looks interesting. I might give that one a shot. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it is the pirate game. That's what I thought. Yeah, so there's that. There's also a lot of just like chaotic things happening in the world right now, so like it's kind of hard to like balance that with like trying to stay positive, you know. But it's okay, we'll make it through the day. We'll get through it. So just small breaths. All right, we're gonna start off. Let's see, you gotta pick and choose to zone out. Yeah, that's another thing too. But yeah, there's a lot of craziness happening. And I'm trying to think there was something else I wanted to mention, but I think that was everything before I get started. So yeah, all right, we're gonna get right into it. Our first trailer is 1348 Ex Voto, reveal trailer for PS5 games. Bianca, you are all that's left to me. I shall save you. A vow forged in blood. The game is currently coming early 2026 on PS5. All right, let's check it out. Thing that matters most is yourself. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm, considering all the crazy shit, I feel like I'm doing all right. But yeah, we'll get through it. We'll get through everything. Thank you for the emotional head pat. I actually disabled head pats so that like no one can like waste their points essentially, but yeah, that's another headache that I've been trying to put together. I feel like every week I have like something else that comes up that like puts that on the back burner of things to do, and it's just like, man, you know, such a, and the thing is, I know you guys like the head pat and I want to bring it back, but it's just like finding the time to like actually tinker and mess with the program to get that to work. It's just been a nightmare. Every time I try to get it to work, it just like doesn't, and I'm like, it's awful. But yeah, we'll get through it. All right, let's watch the trailer. And this is again, this is 1348 Ex Voto. I hope I'm saying that right. Reveal trailer. You use Twitch for head pats? Yeah. Well, it's not just, the issue isn't just Twitch. Twitch is actually, you know, just one of the 3 problems I have.
Bianca, where have they taken you? God, hear my vow. Mother, you have given me the courage to be myself. Guide my steps on this forlorn journey. Father, you have taught me honor and respect. Watch upon me now.
We start dramatic. Yeah, it definitely kind of has that dramatic feel to it. I agree. Like, there's a lot of like build up. You know, setting the tone seems to have been a really high priority goal here when it comes to like storytelling. There's a lot of references to like religion. So this is interesting.
Let my sword strike true. And those that I have failed today, may I one day be worthy of your forgiveness. Bianca, you are all that is left to me. I shall save you. This, I vow.
Ooh, ominous. How ominous is that? I'm not gonna lie, the character does come off as like kind of androgynous, so it's kind of hard to tell based on the voice if it's like, okay, how do I say this? This person has the same problem I do. Okay, like I can't tell if this is a woman or if this is like, you know, a younger guy. Like I don't know. I can't tell between the accent, the tone of the voice and stuff like that. It kind of reminds me of like the same thing I have with the issue where like people tend to make comments about my voice a lot in like the comment section of my videos. A lot of times like they'll make comments and I'm just like laughing because they'll say like the most outrageous shit. Sometimes it's just like genuinely funny and other times it's like, why would you say that, bro? But what I mean is that you know, we have the same problem where like we tend to have like a gender neutral voice, and it's kind of unfortunate, to be honest, like for me. But it works here. It works here. I mean, I don't know. I'm not really sure. I mean, if I had to put money on it, I'd say they're a woman. Not entirely sure. But you know, that's kind of not important, I feel like, in this whole scheme of whatever this is, as far as like the actual combat and stuff. I think your voice is feminine. See, you're in the minority, I feel like. I feel like you're in the minority because like I get comments all the time. Maybe that's part of the story. Maybe, you know, because what I'm wondering is, in a lot of societies that, you know, kind of encompass the imagery of the church, you know, look at the crosses, right? A lot of crosses and stuff like that. And a lot of those societies, women are not seen as having, and when I say societies, I'm talking about people of like an older era, not like necessarily today in like my country per se, but even that's questionable when we look at the landscape. But it's funny because I wonder if this person is like kind of going through like the hidden identity trope. Like, who is Bianca? Is Bianca their lover? Is Bianca their sister? You know, because they talked about their family, so it makes me think that maybe that's like their sister or something. I assume that's their sister. Usually like that time a girl would not be a knight. Exactly. And that's why I wonder if it's like a case of hidden identity where like the person, like they very much went for the androgynous look on purpose, but I feel like there's like a plot mechanism here potentially to explain why, you know what I mean? Which I can appreciate. Like if there's like an actual reason why and it's incorporated into the character's backstory, or if there's some, yeah, like Mulan, yeah, I agree. Like imagine Mulan started the story when she was in the army. Yep, just like that. If it's a similar situation, that's kind of interesting. I mean, that could be a kind of a bold move here. Everyone would be confused too. Yep. So that's what I'm thinking. Like, I'm thinking that maybe this has something to do with what is allowed for women at the time and having to just kind of, you know, or I could just be a jerk and this is actually a dude and I just can't tell because we don't get a decent front shot, really. Like, even from the side, like, it's hard to tell, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. But it's one of those things where I can't help but, like, wonder, like, is this, like, a plot mechanism? Is this something going on here that kind of explains that? But yeah, this person kind of has the same issue I do with the voice, where it's like hard to tell like if they're just a young man or a young like teenager that has whose voice isn't like fully, you know, matured yet. Like I can't tell how old this character is, and it makes me wonder, like, you know, did this person have to run away, train in secret, come back to avenge people? Is this like what kind of story is this? I'm not really sure, but I will say that it's at least interesting. I will say that the trailer is engaging and interesting. So this was actually a pretty good suggestion. Whoever put this one up, this is pretty cool. Also, let's talk about the imagery here. At the end, you know, you kind of have like, you know, a lot of redness to kind of suggest a lot of bloodshed might be involved in this game. If we look at like the character design, it's kind of interesting. It has like the character has an asymmetrical design where you have like kind of like a hooded, or not a hood, well, they have a hood cape thing kind of, or it looks kind of like a poncho, like a half poncho almost, with like, you know, some armor on the left arm. So what's interesting is that the person seems to be right-handed though, and there doesn't seem to be a lot of armor on the right hand. So I don't know if that's for like mobility reasons or what. Interesting. Looks very nice, but we barely got anything in terms of combat. Yeah, it definitely looked kind of snappy though, at least. Like it seemed very, it didn't look bad. I mean, I'll give it that. The combat didn't look bad. It looks like a tattered monk robe. Maybe you're onto something. See, imagine the combat similar to Senua's Sacrifice, armor underneath maybe secret Templar society. That's a good point. That's a good point. I mean, you know, they seem to have, you know, very minimalistic kind of design when it comes to what they're carrying. They're not carrying a big backpack or anything, so you could be onto something with the monk suggestion. The haircut also kind of falls into that like medieval monk look, if that makes sense. So I can kind of see what you mean by that. Like I agree. And then of course you also have the golden sun here, which kind of, I don't know if this is just a golden sun or if this is, well, to me, this looks like it's supposed to mimic a halo, kind of like what you would see in like old depictions of like, you know, Jesus or Mary or like, you know, other biblical figures. You know, you would see a halo around their head in like a lot of the imagery and stuff like that. So so I see what they're going for here. There's how do I say this? It's fantastical, but it feels like it has a nice, you know, religious undertone that's not like normal. So like there's something going on here. Something is weird, you know. Let's see. You played this? No, I have not played this. We started off with a church. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it looked like, and also like if you listen to what the character says in the beginning, it kind of sets the tone of, you know, it almost comes off like a prayer, you know, like you're pleading with people who are not around. You know, it mentions their mother, their father, you know, this kind of stuff. So it kind of makes you wonder. Let's see. This one is part of the Concordian timeline. You think this is going to be a Concordian type game? Really? What about it? Like, is it the design of the character? Like, what about it gives you those vibes? Because I didn't really get those vibes. Like, it looked pretty decent, you know. Like, I feel like there's some good. Well, let's watch the combat again. But you know, taking a look, you know, you have different kinds of weapons. This guy had a staff. I mean, look at this. He had a. Oh, sorry, that's a pitchfork. This guy had a pitchfork. Damn, look at that. He knows how to use it too. And then, you know, it doesn't look too bad. I mean, the actual combat looks pretty decent. Not bad. Not bad. I mean, I definitely think it's less fantasy looking and more somewhat realistic, I think. But not bad. LGB Knights? LGB? What do you mean LGB Knights? You lost me. What's the comments say? Oh, that's a good question. What do the comments? Oh my god, there's like, bruh. There's 10,000 downvotes? Why? Why does it have 10,000? Dustborn, Knights of the Modern Agenda, Bowl Cut Edition. This is going to be about as successful as Dustborn. It's actively made me wishlist Knight's Path. What the hell? Knight's Path can rest easy if this is their competition. I'm here for the comments section with popcorn. Jesus. This trailer has inspired me to take a look at Knight's Path. Medieval Concord? Really? She fought her haircut before she fought anyone else. That's fucked up. I feel like there's some like context here that I'm missing. Like I don't know what Knight's Path is. So I wonder the modern audience is going to love this. I mean, I didn't really get those vibes just watching the trailer. Like, I just kind of watched it blind and I thought, oh, okay. Knight's Path was the other Knight's game. I feel like the comment section is obsessed with Knight's Path. Yeah, but like, I don't understand. Like, 112 pounds in full plate armor. I've seen worse. Can't wait to see this short knight defeat 6-foot-tall knights. Knight's Path all the way. This might be one to try out, because like I personally did not feel like any kind of way just watching this. Let's see. The devs were asked, is there an LGBTQ stuff? And they said it's gonna just be medieval knight story. It's not even full plate armor. Yeah, that's true. It's not even full plate armor. It's just the arm. I don't know about this one. Like, just looking at the gameplay, looking at, you know, cinematic stuff, the undertones, the messaging. I don't know if it's because I'm like a former Catholic that I just like picked up on a lot of that stuff. But I'm not really like, I feel like there's like some other context here that I'm missing. Like, uh-oh. My mic cut out. I shouldn't have moved the stand. As soon as I touched the stand, my mic cut out. That was bad. Hold up. I got this. All right, here we go. Jesus Christ, I had to fix everything. Yeah, I'm back. I'm sorry. I forgot for a moment and touched the mic. Yeah, I think there's something wrong with the cable. I might have to either replace the cable or I don't want to replace my mic. My mic is actually really nice. But that's not good at all. I will see. I'll look into getting a new cable, guys, because this is not working. Sorry about that. Anyway. But yeah, I don't know. Like, how do I say this? Like, I can understand people not wanting to go along with something that's like super woke, right? Or like woke for the sake of wokeness or whatever. You know, some people are so obsessed with like anti-woke stuff that like they have become the people they hated. You know what I mean? So like when I see this, I'm just kind of like unbothered in general. Like I don't really like get triggered seeing anything like this, or like my first thought was, is there a plot reason? You know, if there's an actual character development plot reason, I can see why they would do this or go this route. If it really, you know, if it is what I think it is, you know, if I had to put money on it, I would assume it's a woman. I don't know, right? But if that's the case, I mean, if there's an actual plot reason, then what's the problem, you know? Hello, Jeeves on Point. Welcome to the chat. How's it going? Welcome. Hope you're doing well. I like your name, Jeeves on Point. Hey, Super Xolo, welcome to the chat. How you doing? Thanks for stopping by, dude. Let me give you a quick shout out, actually, before I forget, because I tend to forget to give the shout out, and then I'm like, no. So I don't want to forget, you know. Got to make sure we got to shout out the homies, right? There you go. I am welcome in LFG. No worries. LFG? What is that? You're welcome in LFG. I have no idea what LFG is, Super Xolo. You're gonna have to fill me in, bro. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know. But yeah, like I said, you know, my first thought on this whole trailer, like not knowing any of the context, not knowing anything, just watching it for the first time, my first thought was, that's an interesting twist. If it's what I think it is, and if it is what I think it is, can you explain to me the context, or is there like a plot reason in a tasteful way that makes sense? Then fine. Oh, it means let a second go. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much. Thanks for the context, bro. Looking for, yeah, I saw LFG and I thought looking for guild, and I was like, what the hell? Or looking for group. That's usually what I see LFG for. It's like looking for group. or looking for Gil. It depends on the game, so that's funny. Yeah, but overall, I thought it was fine. I have no idea what this other game is. What is it called? Knight's Path. I have no idea what Knight's Path is. So if the devs were like, we're going to compete with Knight's Path, and it's like a completely opposite kind of game, then I can kind of see like the lashing back and the back and lash and all that. But I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to react. All right, so this next trailer, Silent Planet, Elegy of a Dying World, official console announcement gameplay trailer. I think that we actually saw the previous trailer for this. I think we saw the not gameplay trailer. So let's, oh, I didn't read the description. Let's check it out. It says here, take a look at the console announcement gameplay trailer for Silent Planet, Elegy of a Dying World. In a 2D sci-fi gothic Metroidvania developed by Vertex Zero. We will judge. Oh my god. Players will fight through a sprawling underground facility to revive the mysterious angel's egg in the year 2997. Make sense of a long-gone civilization in Silent Planet, Elegy of a Dying World, coming soon to PS5, Xbox, and PC on Steam. Alright. Let's check it out. Hold on a second. What did we just see in the beginning? They chopped off part of the light? And they went flying. That's interesting. I mean, I just want to say this game looks great. Like, it definitely gives me like kind of like early 2000s, late 90s vibes almost, or mid to late 90s vibes. Kind of reminds me a little like arcade style kind of stuff. Oddly enough, it also kind of reminds me a little bit of the subway in the Dead is Disco demo. Like, if any of you saw me play that demo. It kind of reminds me of that, honestly. Post-apocalyptic, maybe. Oh yeah, I always used to be in the arcades back in the day. Oh, hell yeah. It looks so dope. Yeah, I agree. Like, look at I mean, I like the level design. It's nice. The tones, the colors look nice. The readability is good. I like it. I like it. Ew, what is that? Oh my god, is that Oriana? Dear Lord, imagine, like, look at this spinning bot, man. Reminds me of Oriana, but like without the ball. She's just spinning. This is a Symphony of the Night. 110% did this game back in the day. Really? Oh man. Wait, did they sidestep the bullets? That's interesting. Ew. Cool. Cool. This game definitely has like arcade vibes. Like, you know, it has all the like the visual UES on PS1. I'm a little old. It's okay, Super Xolo. It's okay to be old. I'm like over 3,000 years old. It's fine, bro. You're preaching to the choir. I definitely like this. I think there's a lot of like really good level design kind of stuff going on here. I like the, you know, it's hard to describe like why I like this so much per se, but it's just the environment. There's so many like little details in the environmental stuff, but it's not like distracting. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of really good, just unique background stuff. Like you can tell that the person who designed the levels, or sorry, the artwork for each level took their time on this. Like it looks really, really good. I mean, you know, you got your library, you got your books. I mean, it just looks cool. I mean, the whole thing, the character itself, pretty, I don't know if this is like a memorable character, to be honest, but the thing that stands out to me mostly is the hair. You know, the contrast of the hair on the rest of the body, I think was a good move, like going with a white hair instead of like a different color. Because it's easier for readability, like knowing where their head is and things like that and where the character is. The only complaint I have is that with someone like with this level, for example, like the character's outfit kind of blends in a little bit with the background here, and I don't necessarily enjoy that. But other than that, I mean, it looks pretty solid. I mean, they showed us like very little in this whole trailer, but man, there's just so much stuff. Like tombstones, skulls, a bunch of cool stuff that I enjoy. You have like a sewer kind of thing, underground kind of location over here. Just really cool. Yeah, dark on dark, but it's still good. It like gives good undertones with like the color choices for the most part, but maybe I'm just being nitpicky here on that one panel, like on this one slide. But yeah, looks great. I feel like this game might be, I wonder what the difficulty is for this game, because a lot of times I feel like arcade games are kind of like low-key like notorious for being hard. And I think part of the reason, okay, you're not gonna like this, guys, but I have a theory, okay? Maybe you'll agree with me, I don't know, but I have a theory that the reason why arcade games are so difficult, at least in my opinion, is so that you spend more coins. And so the more money that a game brings to an arcade, the more likely an arcade owner is going to buy, you know, the cabinet. So in my eyes, maybe that's kind of why I feel like some arcade games are harder than others. They want you to spend your coins, you know? So I don't know, just a thought, a theory. All right. But yeah, looks cool. Overall, this is really nice. I like it. All right, next we have Twilight Imperium Digital. Official space combat simulator trailer. Damn, let's hope they don't make it pay to play. Imagine. I doubt it. In 2026 with those graphics, I doubt it. Here we go. Twilight Imperium Digital official space combat simulator trailer. Watch the latest Twilight Imperium Digital trailer for the upcoming adaptation of the legendary 4X board game to see what you can expect with the Space Combat Simulator game mode. The Space Combat Simulator game mode for the Twilight Imperium Digital is a standalone game mode dedicated to 1v1 space battles. Twilight Imperium Digital's Space Combat Simulator game mode will be available to try on Steam during Steam Next Fest, which runs from February 23rd to March 2nd, 2026. Twilight Imperium Digital will be available on PC. All right. By the way, guys, there's a lot of like games on sale right now. One of those games that's not part of this fest is actually Nightingale, which is like 80% off right now. So if you're interested, wink, wink. I wink on that one because I just really like the game. Even though it's unfinished and it's going to take a very long time to like wrap it up and finish it up. You know, based on things like bug fixes and things like that, it's going to take some time. So, you know, it's a slow roast, a slow, but in a good way. It's a slow cook. All right. Put it in the slow cooker. But $6 for the game, that's insane. So this is your chance. Nightingale is still not finished. It's only been out for 2 years. It's only been out for 2 years. But yeah, Nightingale is not done. When it first came out, it was around the same time as Power World and Enshrouded. and neither of those games are at 1.0 either, so it's not really that unusual. Yeah, I mean, they came out within like a month of each other, so yeah, it's only been 2 years. I mean, it depends on the game. Some games, I think the average for like an early access, at least in my experience, has been about 2 years. I know V Rising was kind of similar in that sense, where we had about 2 years of early access almost, and then it came out officially in 2023, I believe. No, not 2023. Or was it 2020? No, it was... Yeah, it was. I think it was 2023, because I started streaming in 2023. Gloomrot was already out. So yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure it was like 2023 when that came out. But TLDR, that's not unusual. I think once you start hitting like the 4-year mark, that's when I raise an eyebrow. That's when I'm like, what's going on here? You know, unless that was the plan from the beginning. I mean, depends on how big your studio is and how big your, you know, how experienced your crew is, how quickly you can do stuff. So I suspect that if Nightingale does end up reaching 1.0, I suspect it's going to take at least another year, just because of the setbacks with the initial failed launch, which is a shame, because when they reworked the game, they did a great job. So it's kind of like, you know, unfortunate, but you know, it's going to take a lot to build trust back with players. I think it's going to be, you know, best case scenario, we could be looking at another No Man's Sky situation. Worst case scenario, it could just never be finished. We don't really know. Whenever games are in early access, we don't really know. But what I will say is that at a $6 price tag, that's a steal. So if you play the game and enjoy it, it's still worth it. Like, even if you spend only 6 hours playing the game, you still technically kind of got your money back. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just my opinion. $1 per hour. If I'm still playing 6 hours in, it's worth it. If it's like a $6 game. But that's just my humble opinion. Just my opinion. All right, here we go. Let's watch.
Command epic space battles. Choose your faction. Build fleets and adapt your strategy.
Oh my god, this looks like Battlefield, but with spaceships. Like, that's that's like the first thought I had. Is like, or like, sorry, not Battlefield, Battleship. It's like Battleship, but with spaceships instead of you know, water ships.
Use cards to turn the tide of battle. Strategic turn-based combat at its finest. Play Twilight Imperium Digital Space Combat Simulator on Steam. Your move, Commander.
This looks interesting. This trailer was so short, it's criminal. Like, I feel like there's so many things to dissect here. See, my first thought, it looks like turds. Wow. I'm going to hell for laughing. But the brown ships, oh my god. Oh, they're kind of orange, actually. So maybe it's like, maybe they had like mango or something. You know, maybe they ate some mango and it just came out that way. I don't know. But yeah, this looks great. You have different cards and stuff. Let's read some of these. So one of them says morale boost. At the start of combat round, apply +1 to the result of each of your unit's combat rolls during the combat round. Okay, and then there's another one here, sabotage. When another player plays an action card, other than sabotage, cancel that action card. Interesting. That's interesting. So, okay, it looks like you have defenders and attackers. This seems like one of those games that might just thrive based on the actual mechanics, but like maybe doesn't stand out at surface value. Like, just looking at it, it doesn't like scream to me that I must play this. But I think some people who like strategic stuff might actually really like this. It depends. You know, like, would I play this game? Probably not. I do like strategy games. I just not too sure about this one because, like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem interesting enough. I'm gonna be honest. Like, we saw so little from that trailer that I feel like I didn't really get much But I like that there's like, you know, you choose your faction. I wonder if choosing your faction had like any, like you have a summary, right? And then you have lore, and there's also complexity, which is interesting because if the complexity of the character, like, so is this kind of like, I wonder if this is kind of similar to like when you pick your historical figure in like civilization games, like, oh, I want to play as Teddy Roosevelt or something, or oh, I want to play as Cleopatra or something, you know? Like, I wonder if this is kind of like similar in that way when you're kind of choosing your character. Yeah, like different buffs, different play styles and that kind of thing. I'm wondering if that's the case, because that could be kind of fun. But overall, I'm not like, you know, dying to play this game just looking at it. Like, it's just not my cup of tea for the most part. Like, I do enjoy these kinds of games, I just don't go out of my way to play them. Kind of like roguelikes, you know? Like, roguelikes, I do enjoy a good roguelike every time, like once in a while, and now, like, you guys got me playing different roguelites. And by the way, Hungry Horrors just came out with an update, like, I think yesterday or the day before, and I'm just like, I've actually beaten all the levels, and I'm just like waiting for more content because I really, really like it, which is crazy. But yeah, you got to be in the mood to use your brain, and I ain't got that. I ain't got that, man. You know, I got 2 brain cells and they're fighting each other. How am I supposed to defeat anything, you know? But I don't know. Interesting one. You know, you get my thumbs up. I like it. All right, next we have The Butcher's Village official launch trailer. Take a look at the launch trailer for The Butcher's Village, a psychological slasher horror game developed by Murtaza Error. That's one hell of a name. Damn, Murtaza Error? Wow. Players will engage in the struggle to survive a sinister village as evil permeates the lands. Solve puzzles and endure the horrors of The Butcher's Village, available now for PC on Steam. Okay. All right. Here we go. Oh my god, you know what this reminds me of? Like this scene right here. I don't know if you guys are gonna laugh or not, but you guys remember that, like, if any of you have ever seen SpongeBob, there's like this episode where like they have a health inspector come to the Krusty Krab, and the guy like chokes and they think he's dead, and Mr. Krabs panics and he's like, oh no, we gotta get rid of the body. And then suddenly SpongeBob is like a co-conspirator in like a murder, or like an accomplice in a murder. And then they go to bury the body. Like, this is what this reminds me of for some reason. I don't know why I'm getting those vibes.
Man, visibility is crazy. I can barely see a thing. Who's that?
Oh my god, it's Dracula. No, I'm kidding. Imagine. Just every time I see a bat, I'm just like, uh-oh.
What's he digging? I don't know. Guess I got no choice. I'll follow him for now. Maybe I can call someone or something.
Do you want to play a game, Murtaza?
Oh my god. There's the butcher. Gives me walking sim vibes. Oh my god. Oh, that sucks.
Help me! Help me! Help me!
Man, what a mess. I feel like this game does a great job of like unexpectedly kind of creeping you out, but without like any real context as to why. Like, what the fuck happened to his legs, bro? Like, it's backwards. Like, it. Oh, I see. He's tied backwards, like he's leaning back. That was so confusing for a moment. At first I thought, never mind, I'm dumb. That character has a skill issue. We gotta fix it. Oh my god.
We'll come back, but differently.
I will come back, but differently. What on earth does that mean? What does that mean? What is this? I don't know. I'm like, wow. Just looking at this game, I don't know what's happening. Next time, bring some guns. Yeah, right? That's what I meant. It doesn't look like we can actively fight, more like experiencing the story. It kind of comes off to me more like I kind of agree with you a little bit. I would also say that maybe it could be like a situation where like you're just trying to escape you know, some village, or trying to escape some like specific threat, which could be the butcher in this case. I don't know. We assume it's the butcher. Like, what is he doing though? You know, like, why is he doing these things? Why are these people so fucked up? Why is there a torture chamber in the sewer? Like, what's going on here? You know, kind of makes you wonder. Hello, PJ. Welcome to the chat. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. But yeah, this is definitely a weird one, I will say, for sure. All right, next we have Wild Tactics, official demo trailer, Indie FanFest 2026. Get another look at Wild Tactics in the trailer for the upcoming character-driven tactical strategy game. Build your team and maintain their relationships in the war against organized crime. Uncover the conspiracy in the animal-populated city of Clawville and find the mastermind behind its downfall. Wild Tactics will be available on PC, and a demo is out now on Steam. All right, let's check it out. Serial killer training ground. Yeah, right? All right, here we go. Ooh, okay. So this game already is kind of giving me those like Baldur's Gate vibes, in the sense that like you have like multiple characters on the screen. You have, it looks like maybe a turn-based decision kind of combat type of thing, potentially even. I like the thematic point of this whole thing. Very, like, the theming is cool. Like the character art, like I like the character cards. They look so cool. You know, it just kind of gives like a really stylistic look of the characters, which I really like. And it's interesting because it's like a 2D frame, but the characters on the screen are small and 3D. So are we furries in this game? It looks like you're controlling furries. Reminds me of Desperados. I don't think I've played Desperados. Or actually, I'm trying to remember what that is exactly. I might have to look that one up. Okay, so you pick your squad. There's like backstory and stuff of the characters. That's interesting. Whoa, hold up. Did I just watch this guy's arm go through his face? What the fuck is happening here? Look at that. What? Look at that. It just, his hand went into his face. What is going on there? That is so weird. That's the jankiest thing I've seen all day. Continuing. I think this can be be cool. This might be a fun one. I mean, I don't really play these kinds of like turn-based strategy kind of games, really. I'm gonna be honest, it's not really my thing. But this is interesting. I do think there's a lot of weird jank going on here. I know it's only the demo trailer, but look at this guy's, you know, shotgun. It's like clipping through his neck. Like, not his neck, like his bottom jaw. Like, see on the hippo here? Like, I think the hardest, or one of the biggest challenges with a game like this is going to be how every single, like, unique animal in the game has, like, something about them proportionally that might not be universally transferable. So maybe the way that they, you know, lift weights, or the way that they hold a gun, or the way that they do certain things might be compromised visually. And so you might have to, like, come up with, like, better options. You know, like that. I wonder if that's something that they're kind of keeping in mind. This is just a demo, guys, so I'm not gonna like be like, oh my god, it's so broken and blah, 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 blah. Like, it's a demo, okay, chill. But what's interesting about this demo is if you look at the UI, it reminds me a lot of Hi-Fi Rush, actually, like with the stylistic choices here, like having like a white border on like yellow and black, like to stand out. It reminds me a lot of Hi-Fi Rush for some reason on the UI. Which is kind of bizarre to see, to be honest. Good relationship, friends. So it looks like the friendship between the characters is important when you put your team together, possibly. I don't know. Let's see. We have a Ram who's a tank. Nadia's the medic. I don't know what Nadia is. She looks like a fox to me, maybe. And then Humphrey looks like, you know, some kind of bird of prey, maybe like a eagle or a hawk or something. I don't know. You have different kinds of stuff going on here. There's a lot. You could tell they put a lot of like thought into this process, right? Like into this game. High pressure missions. I can definitely imagine a game like this would make me sweat, you know, with the chance of messing up terribly. But yeah, if the whole point is to fight crime, to go after, you know, criminals, and you're working together, it's kind of an interesting, you know, it's a nice skin for something that's a familiar concept, which I can appreciate. Yeah, it needs polish, especially the clipping stuff. Yep. Let's see, it could be fun, depends on how the skills of the characters play into the strategic elements. Triangle rolls, okay. Has the Trinity system for classes. Yeah, hello, Catchy Kochu, welcome to the chat. And hello, Bad Shooter, Fast Runner, welcome. I hope I didn't miss anyone else. There's a lot of text going through the screen. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything else. Oh my god, I didn't see any of these redeems. I am so sorry. Oh my god, I just noticed there's like, I knew I forgot something, man. It's Tuesday, you know. I'm vibing, I'm forgetting. Thank you for the oh god. All right, let's start with the Twitch redeems. Thank you for the hydrate 34 minutes ago. You read your curse. I'll do that now. And thank you for the stretch, Catchy Kochu. Also 35 minutes ago. Oh my god. What is wrong with me? Thank you for the hydrate, Majin Droid Arinsu over on the kick side. And thank you for the stretch. What did you do? I'll do that also. Ow. There goes my back, I guess. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know how I forgot about that. I don't usually forget. Wow. It'd be like that sometimes, man. You know, it happens. Hopefully it doesn't continue to happen. I just realized also I forgot to check my let's see what else we got here. Might be, oh, I missed what you said earlier, as you know, Deity. I'm sorry about that. It might be, also welcome to the chat. Sorry about that, dude. Let's see, it might be those again mouthing off on X, and that's ruining their game's potential before it's even released. I think you're talking about the other one that I think I know what you're talking about. The other game that the first one we looked at, I think, that I was, you know, kind of like not sure about. That makes sense. Maybe we were deep in discussion. Oh my god. Well, I'm sorry. Sorry about that, guys. All right, here we go. But yeah, overall, I really like this, and it looks cool. I like the character designs. I like the outfits. You know, it looks like they all have a specific job to worry about. I mean, it's cool. It's cool. I like it. All right, next we have Frontier Legends official announcement trailer. Check. Oh my god. Take a look at the announcement trailer for Frontier. Hold on. Frontier Legends, a Wild West open world action adventure RPG developed by Neojack Entertainment. Players will step into the world. I can't word today. Oh my god. Players will step into the wild frontiers to become a legend in the West. Explore a sprawling world full of secrets to discover, skills to master, and slingers of guns around every corner. Frontier Legends is coming to PC soon on Steam. Okay, let's check it out.
This is the edge of the world, a place where men carve their names in dust and blood, where every sunrise brings promise, and every sunset, danger. You have nothing.
That's a weird howl. I don't think I've ever seen a wolf howl like that. Ever. Like, usually the mouth is a little bit more closed. Like, this is bizarre, actually. That animation is bizarre. Like, I don't know if there's like something I'm missing here, but just looking at it, it's not convincing.
Danger.
Yeah, that's weird. Usually the mouth is a little bit more like, I don't know. Trust me, guys, I'm a dog. It doesn't work like that.
You have nothing but your wits, your courage, and the land before you. Survive the untamed
Oh man, I gotta tell you, these mountain lions are no joke, bro. They kill people hiking and running in the woods every year, fam. Every year.
untamed wilderness.
Look at that thing prowling. He's like, I'm over here about to get dinner. Like, it's no joke, guys. Come on now.
But beware. Every shadow hides danger. The frontier belongs to those who claim it.
Wow. I like the variety of animals we're seeing here. We're seeing the North American bison. We're seeing a lot of, fun fact, a lot of people call them buffalo. They're not buffalo, they're bison. Like, I'm pretty sure buffalo is like an entirely different animal. I'm like 99% sure. Okay, don't quote me. Actually, hold on. I know a little bit about bison. Let me take a closer look. It's hard to tell based on their shape, but it's weird because it's almost like they show. I think these are plains bison, or I don't think they're woods bison. I think they're plains bison. Pretty sure.
Will you stake a small...
Oh, is that a bald eagle right there? Pretty sure they don't sound like that. Yeah, this is definitely a bald eagle. It has like the white tail. Pretty sure they have white tails and a white head, if I remember correctly. What do you call a mix between a bison and a buffalo? Oh, I used to know this. Oh, I don't remember. I don't know.
Will you stake a small claim? Build a thriving...
Actually, I don't even know if that's possible. I mean, maybe they're of like the similar, like maybe they're subspecies of like a same like family branch, kind of like how, like you have hybrids of like different wolf species sometimes, or you'll have like, for example, like mules, right? Like mules are like donkey. Well, I think it's a male donkey, female horse. That's like combination that creates a mule. But I think I'm trying to remember if what's it called when it's the other way around? I don't know if it's a henny or a... I get my animals mixed up. You know what I mean.
Frontier or strike fear as an outlaw.
It's also interesting to see how they incorporated like the trains a lot in the imagery. I think that's really important. Very nice.
Live by the gun or die by it.
You gotta have bar fights. Fighting in the saloon, man. Come on, man.
Some come for gold, some for glory, but every town has its
Cow and a bison is a beefalo. That's funny.
stories, and some legends refuse to die. The
Nice.
frontier is yours if you have the grit to claim it.
Very nice. I feel like this is a really cool trailer. Everything about it, just, I like the vibes, the colors, the lighting. You know, it's believable. You know, the train going right through the middle of the town, like that's a big deal. Like that is something that was pretty significant historically. But again, this wolf's howl bothers me. Something about the mouth and it doesn't sound the way it looks, if that makes sense. It's weird. Yeah, it's era accurate. Like I feel like the devs did their research putting this together. Like they did a lot of their research. Like you see how like the outside the buildings are built with a lot of wood here, you know, mostly wooden buildings and stuff like that, even the barrels and stuff and the crates and all types of stuff. Yeah, I agree. It's kind of era accurate. You know, riding your horse around town was pretty normal. You know, hunting deer was a big thing. You know, being out in the woods. You know what this reminds me of? This guy at the campfire. It reminds me of like when I was playing Tainted Grail, The Fall of Babylon. There's like this mechanic where you can put down a fireplace in the middle of the night, and if you put like a little bit of I don't remember if it's called cobweb or what, but if you put like, I forget what it's called, but if you put like this wispy web thing in it, the flame like shines a different color, and you basically have a sea bear bubble. You have a sea bear protective bubble from the weirdness, which is like, you know, the threat in the game. Anyway, really cool. I like it. The outfits make sense. The types of weapons, I'm not a, you know, gun expert. Like I'm not a weapons expert, but it seems kind of accurate for the time period to me. You know, the pistols and stuff, they look pretty accurate. You know, seeing the bison run around, that was really neat. The bald eagle in the sky, just, you know, it's just a lot of it is very like, it just screams like Americana. Like it gives like, you know, it's interesting. It's nice. I like it. All right, next we have Gecko Gods official release date trailer. Convergence Games Showcase 2026. Gecko Gods gets a new trailer and a release date announcement. Watch the latest Gecko Gods trailer for this upcoming puzzle adventure built for curiosity. Explore a forgotten land in Gecko Gods. Climb walls, solve ancient puzzles, and uncover a lost civilization in a world full of hidden paths, quiet secrets, and natural wonder. Gecko Gods will be available on Steam, Nintendo Switch, and PS5 on April 16th, 2026. All right, let's check it out. Welcome to the Wild West. Yeah, that's cool, isn't it? Also, hello, what did you do? And oh, I already said hi to you, but I'll say hi again. Hello. And also, hello, you read your curse. I think I forgot to say hi to a lot of people today. I don't know, man. My brain is up my ass or something. I don't know. Hello, Isekai dude. Welcome. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so immediately off the bat, with the kind of text they use here for Gecko Gods, you know, the format of the text, I'm immediately getting like the vibes of like island survival, remote island survival vibes, or like, you know, that kind of stuff. So that's interesting. Oh my god, you're literally playing as geckos, aren't you? How does that little gecko have the strength to turn that thing? That's crazy. Well, I guess if they are gods, they can do what they want, huh? Oh my god, this is so cute. Oh my god, not the PetSmart ball. Bro, they got this shit out of PetSmart. Look at it. Hold on. This thing, it looks like they got it's like they got a toy out of PetSmart. They said, "Hold on, let me get my let me get my PetSmart ball." This reminds me of, like, I've seen so many of these and I never really understood what they were for. Cuz like there's just I just look at it and the first thing I think of is like a toy ball for like a dog or like a cat or something. You know, like maybe you put food inside or something and they just got tossed around like some kind of crazy, you know, animal in order to get whatever food they want inside. Like, I don't what is this, like a slow feeder? What's going on here, bro? That's crazy. That design is hilarious. I can't get over that. I like how there's different colored geckos though. They're kind of cool. Cute. I love this. This was so cute. I actually, you know, I can dig this. I love it. You know, you got these cute little tiny, I mean, you got to sail around from island to island. Yeah, it's like Gecko Zelda. Yeah, I agree. That's a good way of describing it, Xeno, actually. That's a great way of describing it. It's like, because you got the puzzles, right? You have, you know, a bunch of stuff going on. It's like, it almost reminds me a little bit of Rhyme because of like the architecture and the vibes of like, hey, you're near the ocean and things like that, because you get a lot of that in that game. You know, maybe that could be a game that I play on stream at some point. It's one of those games that like I really, really enjoy, but I only played it like maybe once or twice and then I just kind of, you know, shelved it, even though I really enjoyed it. And I know I talk about that game a lot, but it was really good, guys. Trust, man, it was really good. But yeah, you know what's funny? And then Rhyme was also made, it was by Tequila Studios. It's the same studio that worked on Song of Nunu, for anyone wondering. But yeah, this looks cool. Look at that. You got the sea, you got the sky, you got the, you know, like, this is cool. Yeah, I agree. It's like Gecko Zelda. I think that's like the like, if you had to summarize this game, that's probably it. I think you got the nail on the head there, Xeno. That's great. I can't unsee it now. You just got to get him a little hat now. Get him that little green hat and it'll be all over. Awesome. I love this. All right, next we have Slay the Spire 2, official early access release date trailer. Watch the latest Slay the Spire 2 trailer for the upcoming roguelike deck builder sequel. In Slay the Spire 2, craft a unique deck, encounter bizarre creatures, and discover relics of immense power. Slay the Spire 2 will be available on Steam Early Access on March 5th, 2026. All right, let's check it out. What? Oh no. Oh, that's concerning. Yikes. Hello, Mage Flame. Welcome to the chat. Damn, that leg is broken. Look at that. Look at that break, bro. Twisted. Yeah, this is definitely a broken leg, bro. Holy crap. Wow. That sucks. I feel bad. The career is over. Or not. Oh! What are they doing? Are they reversing time? Like, what's happening? Am I healing? Okay. Oh, okay. All right. So that was basically a really nice opening cinematic to like deck builder. Not bad. Thank you for the hydrate, Mage Flame, and the stretch, by the way. Yeah, it looks like some kind of necromancer friend. You have like a whole team of randos. I don't know. I feel baited and switched. Really? I mean, based on the description, it made sense. Like, because when I read it, well, let me make sure. Maybe I'm gaslighting myself. Yeah, roguelike deck builder. Yeah. So it's interesting because if you didn't read this and you just watched it, I can see why someone would be like, what? Because, like, I feel like the actual scene was immersive and interesting enough that, like, it could have gone on for the whole trailer and then you'd forget that it was a game, you know? But we'll continue, I guess. Not bad so far. Hold on a second. What is this screen? Hold on. Let's go back. What is that? Hold on. This right here. Choose the relic you want. Oh, so you can choose whichever one you want, it looks like, but the other characters point to the one that they specifically want. That's interesting. I've never seen anything like that, but that's an interesting way to, like, show that on the screen, you know? Interesting. Okay, so they're showing off a new character. Okay. Okay, so they're just showing off individual character moves. That's kind of interesting. You know, honestly, I'm not too sure about the art style on the actual character models versus that background. Something about it, like, kind of looks odd. And I'm not sure if it's because, like, you know, okay, if I had to give a suggestion, let's keep going, but if I had to give a suggestion, right, I would probably say, let's go back to this part right here. I think a really easy way to fix this would be to add a glow behind every character. If they added a glow, like a light glow behind every character, they would stand out from the background just enough that they don't bleed. Because if you look at this character, right, like with the blue, like this green and blue are so similar in color that if you squint, or like if I grayscaled this, right, you wouldn't be able to tell where the, like, you know what? I probably can grayscale this. Can I try that? Hold on, guys. I might be able to show you what I mean here, like actually in real time. I got an idea. Let's go with, hold up. Oh, that's not it. Hold on, I got this. Don't worry. I will do the thing. Okay, we will get the colors looking weird. I don't remember if it's chroma key or if it's no, that's not chroma key. It's something else. Hold on, I got this. Hold up. Color correct. It is color correction, isn't it? Thank you. Yeah, saturation. Look. How easy is it really to see the back of this character? Yeah, like I brought down the saturation. If the back of the character and like the side here, it's kind of like barely visible. Like you can kind of barely tell. Like even like these characters here, like these enemies are pretty clear, right? But if we go back to like some other stuff, again, we're kind of like dealing with a slight bleed. Like, I understand that your character here is, hold on, let's go back a few frames. Okay, so your character here is literally in the background of, like, you know, the character group, right? But I just feel like this character in particular just kind of bleeds into the background a little too much. And I feel like if they were to just add a small, tiny, thin glow, just a tiny little glow around the characters, I think that it would just visually pop and be enough to, like, not be overwhelming or distracting, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like that's all they really need. Like, I feel like that's all that really was needed there. But I don't know, maybe I'm nitpicking, right? Maybe I'm being a little bit nitpicky here, but something to consider. Or maybe add a spider character? What's wrong with you? Oh, it's an early access game. Okay. I think it's cool. I think there's a start here. I'm not sure what's going to make this game different from, like, all the others, you know, that are similar deck builders and stuff. I'm not really entirely sure what will make them stand out, other than the fact that there's, like, 4 different characters at a time, which maybe has some kind of impact. I don't know. You guys tell me, but yeah, I don't know. Something to think about. But yeah, I think for sure, like, if they just had, like, a small thin glow, like a little bit of a white glow behind the characters, it would just be, like, for readability, it'd just be easier. Because, like, yeah, even with the grayscale, you can tell where the characters are, sure, but when things are moving around on the screen, I feel like it's going to be a lot harder to tell. But that's just my opinion. Hello, Branks13, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by. Next, we have Planet of Lana 2, Children of the Leaf, official gameplay trailer. As greed and power divide the tribes of their home planet, Lana and her little companion, Mui, must stand together against the forces reshaping their world, struggling not just for survival, but for the soul of their home. Watch the latest Planet of Lana 2, I don't know if it's Lana or Lena, I don't know, trailer to see gameplay from the upcoming puzzle platformer sequel. The game will be available on Nintendo Switch 2, Nintendo Switch, PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, Game Pass, and Steam on March 5th, 2026. All right. Let's check it out. Oh, this is a cool art style. Lana phonetic pronounce? I have no idea what phonetic pronounce means. Like, is it Lana? Like a llama Lana? Or is it like Lena? I don't know. Ah! Ooh, that trap though.
Muy. Vamos aquí, muy.
Oh, what did he say? Hold up. Let's hear that again.
Muy. Vamos aquí, muy.
I thought they were speaking Spanish for a moment. They have their own language? Maybe. Ooh. Oh. Interesting.
Hola. Ven, muy.
Oh my god, is this what happened to GLaDOS after all these years? I mean I don't know why I got like Portal vibes seeing that thing.
Plátame. De nuevindi. Meno? Olai.
I love the art style. It's so simplistic, but it tells you what's going on very easily. It's very good at communicating what's happening, you know?
Tatan. Ona orin.
Lana.
Tumara venu lana. Meno lana. Ola yor.
Plátano.
Man, I could see myself getting lost in this game for hours. Oh my god, you get another friend, right? Yeah, they have their own language. You command your friend. Mm-hmm. Oh. You know, I'm gonna be honest, some of the puzzle stuff in this game that I'm seeing, I wonder if I'll be able to figure it out on my own. Like, that's something that worries me a little bit with this one, because the environment itself is so pliable, but you don't know that just watching the trailer. Puzzles are not too hard, you promise? Okay, well, I hope not. I got small brain. They're just hard enough to keep you engaged. Okay. Is there co-op? That's a good question, but I feel like a game like this doesn't really need co-op per se. I mean, it could be fun. I don't see why not, but I don't know. I didn't even consider that, but that's a good point. I don't know. How come, like, this thing sounds like when it's walking that it's, like, way bigger than it actually is on the screen? Like, isn't that a little sus? A little weird. I like this. It's cute. So apparently this is the second Lana game. I mean, obviously, if there's a second, I assume the first was successful. I don't know. But yeah, really cool. I like the music. The art style is very visually interesting. The puzzles look kind of cool. I mean, the art style, the environmental stuff, it just looks nice, you know? Has a nice vibe to it. The first was a banger. Wow. Who knows? Maybe I'll play them both at some point. I do like puzzle games like this. I just don't know if I have the patience for this right now. I'll be completely honest. All right, next we have Origament, a paper adventure official gameplay trailer. Watch the gameplay trailer for Origament, a paper adventure and adventure platformer developed by Space Sauce Studio. I remember this studio name. I think they're the same. Yeah, I think we've seen a trailer of this game before, but not this one. Let's see. Players will embody a living letter on an adventure to be delivered to its desired destination. Ooh, a living letter. That's an interesting concept. To be delivered to its desired destination. Solve puzzles and travel to a variety of locations and time itself in Origament, a paper adventure coming soon to PC on Steam. This might be fun. All right, let's check it out.
Every adventure has to start somewhere. This one begins.
Oh my god, now I'm worried the letter will be yapping nonstop. I'm not worried the letter will be yapping. I'm worried it'll get wet.
With a message. Become a living message. Fold, fly.
So this game embodies a lot of the similar idea of oh man, what was that game I played? I played a demo on the channel of another game that was similar to this one, with a lot of like platforming stuff, but it was also, hold on, I'm looking it up right now. It was a members only video, so let me see. Oh man, it was, oh man, what was it called? I know it was like origami, but it was like, hold up, I got this. It was called, oh yeah, there's a members only tab now. I forgot about that. Hirogami, that's what it was called. And that game didn't do so well when it came out. I remember it was like, you know, people had complaints about the controls and depth perception in certain areas and things, which is fair. That's a fair criticism to have for like a platformer. Especially, it's kind of important. There was some other stuff going on too that people didn't really like about the game, but I did play the demo and I remember it was really similar to a lot of this. The difference is that that game had more like you turn into different animals, and this one is more like objects, it seems like. So it's kind of like a different take on a similar idea. Yeah, it was called Hirogami, yeah.
Sail and roll through time and space.
Ooh. Oh, I love that. The little minecart. Oh my goodness. Look at the little minecart. So small. Oh my goodness. So cute. I love this. Oh, you better watch out for that flame, man. That flame on the other frame. Oh. Oh no. Don't fall into the fire.
When you arrive,
I wonder if it's gonna follow a similar approach to Hirogami, where like there's different levels where you have to kind of get from point A to point B, or if this is going to be like a long drawn out journey from area to area. Like I wonder how like they're gonna handle this. Like I'm curious.
someone will be waiting. The story unfolds soon.
Yeah, this might be a good one to check out if you like platformers. I think this is a really nice game, and I like the art style is really, you know, it's kind of it's like this weird like semi-realistic but yet still not realistic look. It's interesting because like for example, like the shape of the objects is realistic, right? But the actual like object itself, like these candles, like usually the dripping is like, you know, in little globs and stuff, but this is more like just a stain on the candle. That's interesting. That's an interesting art decision. And it's kind of nice. I'll take it. Keep being amazing. I will. Thank you so much, Super Xolo. Thanks for stopping by again. Well, actually, I think you've been here the whole time, but I appreciate you. Thank you so much. We also have, all right, next we have Saint Slayer, Spear of Sacrilege, official release date trailer. Don't miss the release date trailer for Saint Slayer, Spear of Sacrilege, an upcoming 2D action platformer developed by Lilymo Games. Players will explore the streets of late 17th century Europe as Rudiger, an ex-soldier on a quest to save the Roman Empire from a Catholic priest gone evil. Progress through a suite of stages, take on multiple monsters, and save the day with a friend in co-op mode. Saint Slayer Spear of Sacrilege is launching on April 20th for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch, and PC on Steam. Alright, let's check it out. Oh, you know what? I think this is the game that I confused the other game for. I think the other 2D game that we saw, it wasn't what I thought. This is the game I was thinking about. I'm sorry. It was still cool though. if you get to choose your color with the local co-op, because that yellow is suspect. It's a bit suspect. I think I might do a color test again. I don't do this every stream, guys, but I don't know what it is with this particular stream. But I feel like we need to do another color test here. Hold up. Wow, they look like the same color almost. Like, just looking at it. Yeah, but like when they get hit, they go transparent and it's very hard to see. That's not good. Not good. That's a concern. I think any color, like, I don't understand, like, I can understand not wanting to go with red just because red is usually like an enemy color, right? Like a lot of times when people think of like, I don't know, maybe that's an overstatement. We do have like characters like Mario, right? Who are like wearing a lot of red, but I don't know, little suspect. So there is some kind of like level of progression here. It looks like you have different power-ups, you have you know, what I'm trying to figure out is I don't know why they went with orange for the main character. It just comes off like really weird to me. I don't know. Oh, you can res your friend? Is that what I just saw? That you can res your ally? What's going on here? Or is it, oh, they're saving someone. My bad. Looks like there's hostages. Multiple endings, achievements, and more? Okay. I think this definitely has like a lot of those retro vibes again. It definitely gives me like kind of you know, late 90s, early 2000s. I'd say no, this is more like late 90s vibes. The other one was more early 2000s, I would say, kind of vibes. But this one, you know, for sure, it definitely gives me those vibes. The hard thing for me, or the thing that I think is like kind of a missed opportunity here, and maybe this is just like a taste opinion kind of thing, but the main character is it's so forgettable, you know, like there's nothing about the silhouette of the main characters that make me like think about it or that's memorable. Like, even if I look at the, you know, end here, right? Like if you look at this, even this looks more interesting, like, because this looks like this is supposed to be like your character but in the fancier art, but I feel like this doesn't match the actual characters. Like the hat looks more like a soldier's cap, or like it almost comes off like a forest ranger, I would say, kind of cap. I wouldn't even say a soldier cap. It doesn't really have, and maybe that's just because we're not really seeing that many of the upgrades and stuff, because they did show some upgrades and, you know, like weapons and power-ups, right? So like in this scene here, you know, facing forward, you know, but with the color being this orange, I just think it's like, it doesn't, okay, so there's a few problems, right? Like, I'm not a game dev, I'm not a color specialist, I'm not an artist, right? But in my humble opinion, I think that this orange was a bad idea. Because if you look at the character's skin tone versus the orange, I can't tell you really, realistically, for sure, where the orange starts and the skin tone ends. Like, where does the skin end and the armor or outfit start? Like, it's kind of hard to tell, to be honest. It kind of just phases or fades in. Like, are they wearing shoes, or is this like their bare feet? You know, it's kind of hard to realistically tell. And I think that, like, for readability reasons, just on the character itself, I think that's part of the reason why I feel like the character design was like kind of like low-key not great here. I think it's almost like more important for your character to look different or unique or have an interesting silhouette that's like memorable when you have a 2D game that's like pixelated like this, like especially with like low pixels. Like you want to make sure you have like a game that doesn't like whose characters don't necessarily fall to the wayside. Like it's kind of important. Like if that's your main character, that's what you're looking at most of the time. Like, you know, other than like mechanics and stuff, like you're gonna be looking around your character a lot. And I feel like this orange is just ghastly. Like I'm not a fan of orange, guys. I'm sorry. Something about that color. The orange and yellow are not necessarily my favorite things. I just think that this is so forgettable. Like just looking at the characters is so forgettable. You know, the side profile isn't great. You know, it's like, I can't tell if they're wearing armor or if they're dressed like Sherlock Holmes. I have no idea. I literally can barely tell. This is just an orange blob. And the skin tone is way too similar to like the outfit. So that readability is just so poor. It's a shame. It's a shame because it looks like they put a lot of like effort and thought into this, and they put a lot of, you know, gameplay kind of stuff. But I think this is like one of those examples where like I feel like someone should have caught this before the game got this far into development. Like I feel like this should have been like I feel like whoever designed this character should have been like, nah, we're not doing that. You know what I mean? Like just from like an artist standpoint, like whether you're talking about artistry or you're talking about readability, it just doesn't. I don't like it. I just don't like it, guys. I know I'm like ranting a little bit on this, but look at this scene. Can you tell me which way? Like, yeah, the character's facing forward. I can tell that because of the eyes, you know, but how are they actually standing? What's happening here? Are they holding something behind them or are they holding something in front of them? I can't tell. You know, it just looks like an orange. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna be mean if I continue that sentence. It doesn't look great. The environmental stuff looks nice. Really, I like this pixelated cloud here. It looks really cool. The scarecrow. This is another thing too. Like there's some stuff in the background that's easy to miss. Like this scarecrow, I missed the first time. Like I didn't see the scarecrow the first time I watched this. You know, and I'm not saying that that's like the most important thing, right? Like obviously you don't want the background stuff to like take away from what's, you know, the action is on the screen. But it's just the color choices, readability. I mean, why is this shopkeeper like really not like, she's a lot nicer than the main character. Like if you look, what the hell is it? Oh my god, bruh. Can I zoom in? Is it gonna let me? Hold on. Can I close this? Hold on, hold up. Can I? Oh no, I didn't want to do that. Damn it. Hold on. Why is it? Okay. Let's see, because we are not crows. Why is it that this character is so much nicer than the main character? Like, if you showed me these two characters out of context, like the main character versus like the shopkeeper, I would assume they were part of different games. Like if you asked me, you know, are these two characters from the same game or are they separate? I'd be like, oh, they're separate. Like, why does the shopkeeper get to look so much nicer than the main character? Like, I would assume they would have spent way more time on the main character than the shopkeeper in the design process. I mean, that's the character you're playing as. So like that actually kind of makes me angry a little bit because it's almost like, I don't know what they were thinking. I really don't. Like, I look at this and I'm just like, that orange is just ghastly. I have no other, it looks terrible. I'm sorry. It looks terrible. You know, this character, I can tell what she's wearing. She's wearing a dress. She has a necklace. She has some kind of like belt or something with like a little bit of a, you know, a sash or something that has the same color as like the necklace. And then like the headpiece has like, you know, it's like a covered headpiece. And if you've seen the next few frames, they show like kind of a picture. So like right here, this is what she looks like, right? I can kind of, you know, my imagination, like the whole point of like using like, you know, these kinds of sprites is that you're supposed, like, some of the characters' looks are supposed to be up to your imagination as the player, right? But when I see this, I'm like, okay, well, yeah, I think she has this and I think she has that. And then I see this and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's really similar. I can, you know, I can see that, right? But when we look at like the main character, it's like, what the fuck am I looking at, bro? I'm sorry. This bothers me. This bothers me. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm sure the gameplay is probably a lot nicer. I'm sure there's, you know, a lot of good stuff here. I'm not, you know, gonna rag on the game just because of only the main character, but when you play as this character, especially in Orange as the default main character, that's a problem. That's a problem. I mean, the levels look interesting, you know, kind of, I guess. You know, you have some stuff going on here. You have some enemies. You have some whatever. You know, there's a lot of stuff. You can tell they put a lot of thought into the gameplay, but when you look at the character itself, it's like, you know, I look at it, it's just, I won't remember this character, you know? It just kind of like, it's easy to forget. All right, I'm done ranting on that. I went kind of hard on that. I'm sorry, guys. That was really mean. I think I went like almost overboard on that particular one. All right, here we go. But yeah, that was my opinion on it. I just felt like it was very, they could have done better there. All right, here we go. Factomancer official reveal trailer. Check out the reveal trailer for Factomancer, a strategy automation roguelike game. Another roguelike, damn. Developed by Voltage Games. Wait, yeah, it is Voltage, my bad. Players will work on behalf of the Order to optimize the production of technology using the power of magic. Make use of resources, expand the operation, and keep the eye of the Order content at all costs. Factomancer is coming soon to PC on Steam. All right, let's check it out. So it looks like we have a nice little factory going on here. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like Factorio. Like, I never played Factorio, but every time I see it pop up, like, it just kind of reminds me of this. This. Yeah, Factomancer. I think that's what they were going for. I think they were going for like Factorio, but with like magic elements or something. Like a magic factory. It's neat. Interesting. I like that it has like a top-down kind of view here going on. It looks like you might have to like build stuff like from a distance and stuff. This is pretty neat. I might actually try this one. This is pre-alpha engine footage, by the way. So that's a really cool looking, to be honest. Really like it. But yeah, very nice. Very nice. Actually, you know what? Let me add this one to my wish list right now. I think it's going to be on Steam. Let me see. Factomancer. Yeah, here it is. We'll add that to whoops. I'll add that to wish list. And we'll follow that one. It's supposed to, so the planned release date is Q3 2026 on this one. Interesting. All right, next. Oh, I keep misclicking. Jesus. Here we go. Next we have Mayak, official game and new art style reveal trailer. Convergence Games 2020 Showcase 2026. Watch the new Mayak trailer, or Mayak, or I don't know if it's Mayak or Mayak. Lots of cool demos coming in the Steam Next Fest. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's a great time to like find a lot of cool gems, I feel like. Especially, like, there's a few indie games I played recently that have just kind of blown me away. Like, Hungry Horrors, I'm pretty sure that's, like, made by a really small indie team. And they have a Discord for the game, right? And in that Discord, they, like, directly reach out to players and they're like, so what do you think of this? So what do you think of that? And I actually really appreciate that. That's kind of cool. Because you feel like engaged, like you're part of the process, you know, you can provide feedback, which I really like. And that's, you know, I'm gonna be honest, guys, like part of the reason why I like playing early access games, demos, and a bunch of other stuff is because then I can give that feedback. I like being able to give that critical feedback of, hey, this game is great, except, or hey, I don't like this specific thing, or hey, there's a problem here, you know, because if I can, you know, try out these games at relatively low price, and that's another thing too about like a lot of these like indie games, they'll be a lot cheaper in a lot of cases, or you know, early access games a lot of times they'll be cheaper. And for me, that was like a deciding factor as to whether or not I was able to buy a game for a very long time. You know, I've been poor for a while. But more recently, things have, you know, not been as crazy, which is why I've been trying different games like on stream and stuff. Well, there's a few different reasons for that, but I don't know. It's one of those things where you definitely want to try, you know, a little bit of everything, like especially for like the Next Fest stuff. Like I feel like Steam Next Fest is always popping. Like there's always good stuff on there. So just keep an eye out for like the kinds of stuff you like and you might find something fun. Anyway. Let's check it out. Yeah, this game gives me a lot of like high like atmospheric kind of vibes. Like it reminds me a little bit actually of like Forgotten Anne, which by the way, I think the sequel just came out not too long ago, and I'm so tempted to just play it, but I don't know. But yeah, if you guys haven't played Forgotten Anne, you might like that if you like these kinds of games. That's too much math for me, but okay. If this is the new art style, I wonder what like the old art style looked like. You know, like for them to advertise like, hey, this is a new art style, it makes me wonder if they're saying that because they don't want people to not recognize their game because they changed it so drastically, or if it's like they took back feedback and they want people to know that. Like, I wonder what it is exactly. Because that's a weird thing to announce. This looks cool. I like the atmospheric stuff going on here. And you know, another thing too, I think the best way I could probably describe this art style is that it kind of gives you like paintbrush crayon vibes. Like it looks almost like, some of it kind of looks like an oil pastel, like this kind of stuff, right? But then like if you look at the fireplace here, this looks more painted. You know, this area here looks more painted. And it's interesting to see that because in like the environmental stuff, this looks painted again, right? Like the art style is memorable. I'll give it that. The art style here is definitely memorable. It has a very like specific look. You know, this looks more like it was either oil pastel or crayon. It's hard to kind of tell, but it's really, you know, I like this. I like this a lot. Very nice. All right, we got one more. Under Par Golf Architect. Official release date teaser trailer. Don't miss the release date trailer for Under Par. By the way, my golf terminology is not very good, so I'm working on it. Under Par Golf Architect, a golf management simulation game developed by Broken Arms Games. Players will, that's one hell of a studio name. Players will design complex courses to challenge the most skilled golfers around, entice new golfers to join the club, hire staff, and host tournaments for VIP players to achieve glory. Under Par Golf Architect is launching on April 16th for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch 2, and PC, Steam and Epic Games Store, with a demo available now on Steam. Okay, so there's a demo. Let's check it out. You know, the character design is very interesting here. It kind of reminds me of like yeah, like Wii Sports. You're right, it does give those vibes. Like if we look at some of the shots here, kind of reminds me a little bit of like kind of Wii Sports. This right here with like the different design stuff kind of going on reminds me oddly enough a little bit of like 2 Point Campus, kind of like with the design of like, you know, having the grid and then like, you know, the area that you're kind of planning things out. It looks like you have, you know, building levels, maintenance, teachers. So I assume you need people to teach you how to play golf. Happiness, energy, hunger, thirst, accuracy, XP, earning, and then money. Okay, earning money, and then wear. So whether or not the building needs repair. That's interesting. It's a lot of stuff going on here. But this is for the small putting green. That's this here. The golf house. I like how it shows like a picture of what the object you're focusing on too. Because for someone like myself who doesn't really know what is what, like if you told me if you showed me this without the windows and said point to the small driving range, I wouldn't be able to tell you what it is. Like I wouldn't know if it's this. Like I would assume it's this. So the fact that it says, you know, small driving range and shows an actual picture of it, I think is like, you know, chef's kiss, really. Very helpful UI. That's a really good sign, in my opinion, for a game like this where there's a lot of like pieces and parts. It looks like you'll have to design. You know, I'm not really into golf, I'm gonna be honest, guys. I know hardly anything about golf. It looks like there are little animals and stuff on the property though. That's kind of cool. See a little bunny in the background. The characters though, the guys kind of have the Arnold syndrome, and I call it the Arnold syndrome because it's like from Hey Arnold, where like his head is kind of like, you know, wide for some reason. Like that's what that reminds me of. If you know, you know. But yeah, that's what that kind of reminds me of a little bit. And it looks like they have different head shapes for men and women, which, I mean, that's interesting too. I guess it works. Yeah, see. And I like how they show like the different gear and stuff. Like I like the gloves and the shoes and the, you know, it looks like they kind of know a thing or two about golf. I know nothing about golf. This is believable to me, okay? As someone who knows nothing about this sport, I feel like it's believable. You know, you have little ponds and stuff. You have a lot of trees. Like, I wonder if the trees are gonna have like seasonal like stuff. Like, I wonder if there's gonna be like any kind of weather event stuff, or if it's just gonna be, you know, the same weather all year round, but like maybe, you know, thematic changes. Like, will the leaves turn like kind of orangey or red? Like, I wonder, you know. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but I like the concept. Under Par Golf Architect. I think the fact that they called it Golf Architect at the end here was like the saving grace of the name of this game, because if you named a game Under Par without writing Golf Architect underneath it, I'd have no idea what the game is about as someone who is not familiar with the sport. So as far as like branding, I think they did a pretty good job of like trying to get the normie to understand what the game is about, if that makes sense. Like if I squint hard enough, I could definitely like see, oh yeah, this will appeal to people who love golf. But if I, you know, kind of look at it from like a far away kind of view, I'm like, oh, I know what the game is about. You know what I mean? So I think this was a good, this is a good one to end on for sure. This was definitely really cool. I wish we saw a little bit more. Like I would have liked to have seen a little bit more gameplay. You know, maybe people using the, like I wonder if the zoomed in areas, I wonder if this is going to be kind of like a, like you choose a character. Oh man, I just noticed this guy's shirt is clipping through his body when he turns. That's not good. Oh no. Yeah, you see how like his skin is like in very few places just clipping through his shirt? That's so weird. That is bizarre. Yeah, and his armpit too. That's weird. Huh. Okay. Well, that's a quirky feature. But yeah, like I said, I wonder if like, you know, this view of the ground with people, I wonder if this is like an over the shoulder view or something we'll get of like various like people who are there to golf. Like, I don't know. Could be interesting. Could be interesting. I like the concept because I feel like golf is like one of those sports that I could never like try because it's so expensive. Like I look at it and I'm like, oh my god, that club costs how much? You know, like it just seems like a very posh sport. Maybe that's just my opinion as a uncultured American, as some people might describe me as. I don't know. But yeah, it definitely comes off like that. All right, well, that was the last trailer of the night. Let's wrap things up before we go. I definitely want to do, okay, I thank you for the hydrate epic. That was 12 minutes ago. Oh my god. Thank you for the stretch. You read your cursed. I appreciate it. I'll stretch now. All right, that was a great stretch. Yeah, cheers. Thanks for stopping by. I know it's like, isn't it like super late for you? Or no, it's super early for you, isn't it, Foxy? I get my times mixed up, okay? Anyway, let me just double check all this stuff. Oh, what the hell happened here? Oh my god, that is so funny. So apparently Automod like caught someone being sussy.
Be gone, bots.
There we go. I love how Automod finally caught it. I think that's the first time I've ever seen the bot actually catch a like random person who shouldn't be here, like a random bot. That's funny as hell. Wow, the bots are learning. Anyway, let's do a quick shout out to all the people who have a stream streak. Looks like we only have one for today. Mage Flame has reached a 20 stream streak. Please give them a round of applause. All right. That was pretty much it for today. I think the only thing, oh, tomorrow, right. So tomorrow's schedule, I'm going to be playing Guardians of the Wild Sky, the demo. And so yeah, we're going to see how that is on stream tomorrow. And then on Thursday, I'm going to be playing some Power World. I want to do a little bit more, basically boosting and trying to get certain stats and stuff on pals. I want to have like a team that's really, really strong against Hartalis Ultra. I want to be able to clear that eventually. So I think on Thursday I'm going to be prepping for that, but I don't know if I'm going to actually attempt it on Thursday, but we'll see. Because last time I got destroyed. I got wrecked. But that's okay, it happens. As far as a weekly video, I'm not really sure how the weekly videos are going to kind of play out. I have some stuff I got to take care of on Friday, so I'm kind of missing a day that I could be, you know, working on the video this week, which is unfortunate. So I don't think it's going to be ready in time for this week, guys. Again, you know, the Power World, like, guides take a lot of time to prep because there's just so much research, because there's like over 100 pals in the game, and that's like part of the problem, but you know, it's fine. I'll get it out as soon as I can, and when it's out, it'll be out. That being said, I'm not going to be posting any shorts this week either. Kind of running a little bit behind on that anyway, because I have a lot of other stuff I gotta do since I switched computers. A lot of my like previous formatting stuff is like no longer a thing now, so that sucks. Hello, reaction reviewer. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for the head pat. You know, the head pat in spirit. Thank you for feeding me, Angel Degen. I will not starve. Thank you so much. But yeah, we're gonna work on that, you know, trying to get more stuff figured out. But like I said, the whole process of like switching computers and doing all this stuff, I'm still kind of moving stuff around. And then on top of that, I also have some other stuff cooking in the background that's taking up a lot of my time. So I'm just kind of taking it a little bit easy, I guess, because I don't have a lot of spare time to like work on stuff right now. But I am kind of, you know, trying my best, I guess. So I appreciate the patience either way. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Thank you so much, guys, for stopping by. I hope you have a wonderful day, and as always, Xolo out.